Let me introduce our first speaker this afternoon. Those of us who were here yesterday, and who were at Los Altos for day one, probably remembered Roshan's talk on the use of AI for environmentally responsible fishing. So today, I am very happy to introduce another speaker who will talk to us about another very important and very critical issue, which is agriculture. So I'm very honored to introduce Doan, who is the co-founder of Koidra, a startup company that is focusing a great deal in sustainable farming and other agricultural practices with the help of technology and AI.
Well, hi everyone. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to be here to talk about another application in agriculture. So my name is Doan. I'm the co-founder and head of operation at Koidra. So Koidra, we are a young startup. We was formed in 2020. We primarily provide the automation platform for manufacturing facilities to optimize the process control for high efficiency, more saving, and make it more autonomous. So our technology is applicable for manufacturing facilities. However, today I really want to focus on the application of our technology in agriculture. So the UN has found out the world will need at least 50% more food by 2030. So unless we change, we will need to planet Earth to feed the population. So given the increasing food demand, the natural resources has been decreasing. By 2050, the global water demand has set to increase by 50%. However, the arable land, one-third of arable lands has been lost due to erosion or contamination. So food has to be grown in a more sustainable and efficient way. So greenhouse is one of the options on how we will grow food in future. However, greenhouse also have been facing other challenges. The first one, they really want to expand greenhouses, but they can't find enough skilled growers to operate greenhouses. And the second, the operations inside greenhouse are still very manual. The growers really control the setting using the experience. There's no data support. So they really can't tell if the condition of the greenhouse is optimal or not. And the last one, there's still data silo. So inside greenhouse, since yesterday we are talking about the lack of data for modeling. So actually inside greenhouse, they've been collecting a lot of data. The sensor system has been collecting data about the condition inside greenhouse, such as humidity, temperature. But these data are locked inside the climate control system. This system doesn't support integration. So basically, the growers really don't know how to get the data out and use it to optimize their growing strategy. So that's why AI has been applied in greenhouse in other indoor farms. For example, it's used to forecast yield or abnormal detection. Or recently, they've been really focusing a lot of effort on developing robots for harvesting. However, today I really want to focus on the autonomous control, how to control the climate inside greenhouse automatically. And later on, we will talk about if the AI will replace farmers now or in future. So I would like to talk about the autonomous greenhouse challenge that we recently participated in 2022. So the goal of this challenge, so it's a global challenge. So it's organized by Wageningen University in Netherlands. So they want to see if vegetables can be grown in greenhouse via fully automated control with the use of AI. And if we use AI, if the performance can be better than human. So it's the main goal of this greenhouse. So the challenge goes to had the two phases. The first one is the online challenge. So there was a 46 team from 24 countries. So we had to go through two parts. The computer vision challenge, where they would give us some virtual images of letters, when we had to use our computer vision model to predict the weight or the height of these letters. And the second part is the machine learning challenge, where we had to grow virtual letters using our model, and the winner would be the one who would provide the highest net profit for the virtual letters. So we won this phase. So from this phase, they selected 5 teams to go to the second round, where we grew the real letters in greenhouse in Netherlands. So our team was based in US and in Vietnam. So in this challenge, there was a 5 teams participate in the last round, and 5 AI team and the humans growers. Humans grower was Dutch grower. They was the best growers in the world, because we wanted to see if our AI could really outperform the best growers in the world. So for this challenge, we control the greenhouse automatically and remotely. Our model provides the optimal set point, for example, temperature, heating, CO2. So we use it, and we control the set point for the greenhouse. And all the data would be uploaded on the sensor. Our system integrated with the sensor. The data was uploaded on our system, and the data we use a digital twin to predict. We got for the inside greenhouse, for the sensors, it can tell you how the condition inside greenhouse, but it doesn't tell you exactly how the plants are doing. Like for example, it can tell you the temperature within the greenhouse, but it doesn't tell you how the plants are responding to this condition. So our digital twins was able to predict exactly what the plants, how the condition of the plant within 5 minutes, and we use this information for our automation control to provide the optimal set points. So we set so this data would be used we use this set point to provide the optimal condition for the plant growth. So exactly here's how the data flow would go. The data from the sensor, and it was migrated to the climate control system, and then the data went. Our model would use the data to provide the optimal output, and the input would go back to the climate control system, and the system would change the set point automatically. And all the set points will change every 5 minutes. This is the reason why. This is what human can do. The growers can change the set point, but we only can work like 8 or 10 hours per day, right? And we can't just go to the system and change the set point every 5 minutes. So for the result, we was the only AI team that outperformed the Dutch grower by 27.8% in net profit. So, this was experience that happened in the ideal condition of the greenhouse, because these greenhouses were set up for the challenge. That's why the condition was ideal. But when we really applied our products to commercial greenhouse, it could be different, because I think one of the speakers were talking about inside greenhouse, the internet is inconsistent, the data was interrupted. So we really wanted to see how our automation products could do in the commercial greenhouse. So we did a trial in the commercial greenhouse. So where we grew eggplants, so we have 2 compartments. One used our product, and the other one was controlled by the growers. So So inside these greenhouses, the thing with greenhouses, they want automation product, but they still want to control it. So we really had to change, we had to adjust our system so it could control some variables that the user want, and they still could control other variables that they want. So we did a trial from April 19 to October 1st, and our products was able to increase yield up to 28% for eggplants and 19% in cucumbers. So basically from all the challenge and from our trial in greenhouses, the AI was able to outperform farmer or grower. But can the AI replace a farmer yet? So it's not yet, because the first thing for all our models, we were talking about the model has to start from somewhere. And first, we didn't have any data. So our model started with the domain knowledge. So that's why the first input is domain knowledge. And then we continue to work with the growers to validate the data of our products. And it's an ongoing work. So it is the reason why, for now, the question, we are still not able to replace a farmer yet, but we certainly can take away some repetitive work. Like, for example, changing the set point every 5 minutes. So we can take over this work. So the growers really can focus on more high-level work. For example, thinking how to advance the growth strategy using our automation tools. So we only heard about it. So it is a summary of why automation, why the AI hasn't been able to replace human yet. Because as I think a lot of speakers only talk about the strength and the weakness between human and computer. So I don't want to repeat it here. So the last one, the most effective AI solution will combine the best of human intelligence with the best of artificial intelligence to make the decisions. So it's my last slide, and thank you for listening, and welcome for any questions.
That's awesome. We are pretty good with time, so I welcome an unlimited number of questions this time. So I'll really see through that.
I'm wondering how you think this will translate to...
maybe if I can get you to stand up and be closer so that the online folks can see yourself.
Hello. Okay. I'm wondering how you think this will translate to like larger scale farming, like giant fields of land that's like outdoors, not in a very controlled greenhouse environment.
Yeah.
It will translate.
So our work, we only focus on the controlled environments, agriculture. It means that we can control the condition inside greenhouse, for example, temperature and humidity. So it's where our focus is. And for open field, for example, the outdoor farms is not where our expertise, and I'm sure there's other products that people have been working on that. But for now, we only scale up in the greenhouse domain.
Hi, yeah, thanks so much for the presentation. Do your sensors also, maybe, can they detect if a particular plant or set of plants need, say, fertilization? I missed the first part of your talk. I didn't see if that was a piece.
So the question is if the sensor can predict how each plant's doing?
Yeah, with respect to, in addition to the variables you controlled, maybe fertilization, nutrient content, and...
Yeah, so I would say it's where we started, but in future, we can integrate with other solutions, such as pest and pesticide controls. So we haven't got down to the other field yet. For now, we really focus on climate controls. for CO2, heating, temperatures, humidity.
Hello. In the slide, I saw that you saying that the productivity between the commercial greenhouse and the AI autopilot tool may be 28% in efficiency. But I asking about the cost, whether your AI pilot costs more than the traditional, because I know that the light or humidity that can affect the growing of the things. So what if it costs more to just growing more?
So when we did the trial in commercial greenhouse, we didn't have the ideal condition because of the compartment between where we did when we deployed the AI product and the compartment controlled by growers, they was not completely isolated. So that's why the heating from one compartment could be diluted to other compartments. So we don't really have that ideal compartment. So we assume that for now, both compartments use the same resources. But for the next trial, we will do with the two separate compartments. So it's our next trial. And actually, we recently, we work with some leading universities, for example, Cornell and Ohio State. We got a 4-year study where we would continue to advance and trial our products. However, here's the result from our autonomous greenhouse challenge. So basically, speaking of the cost, our team operated with the lowest cost amongst other teams. So here's the cost, the 7.2 cost compared to other teams. So hopefully it answers the question somehow.
Any other questions from the floor or online? So I will use my moderator privilege to add one more.
Sure.
So I have seen when I drive between here and Sacramento on the way to, let's say, Tahoe, I noticed there is a huge Gotham Greens greenhouse, right?
Yeah.
A very, very big operation. So could you describe to us in terms of the actual operation of such a facility? Can you talk about the instrumentation of such a facility, as well as the composition of the personnel working in those facilities?
So are you asking exactly how the greenhouse is operated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's operations, and you happen to be head of operations, so that's.
So inside the greenhouse, it's really hard to generalize because first, a greenhouse, there's a very different kind of greenhouse. And when you talk about greenhouse, you always think that the vegetables would be grown on soil, but even some greenhouse, the vegetables are grown in water. Mm-hmm. And so it's really, each greenhouse has different way to operate, but their own way, there's some key personnel that they will need. For example, the growers who can operate a greenhouse is the main key personnel. And the people who after they have the fruit, they would need to harvest it. Or even in the beginning, if for some greenhouses, they could buy the plants from other nurseries, but for some greenhouses, they really start with the seeds. So they need the personnel to take care of these seeds. And after they have the produces, they need to figure out, they need to think about supply chain. How can sell these produces to other, to the end users?
What qualifications are needed for those jobs? Let's say if I want to be a director of growing, then you
need a degree in horticulture. You need to learn exactly how the plants are doing and exactly how to. So it really depends on what you're looking for, because thinking about the greenhouse is another manufacturing facility. You need operators, you need the ITs, you need the sales people, you need to. So it's a comprehensive circle. So it really depends on exactly what you're interested. if you are interested in being like a supply chain person, and you need to have experience on that. But if you want to be a grower, you need to have experience in horticulture and agriculture on how to grow the plants. So,
And do they also, need to know about the nutrient content or the,
so the nutrient content, they could be growers.
okay, and the climate control as well? Do they
So
have to
climate,
study?
the growers would be control, other people who control these conditions.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen some ads about, about some degrees for growing cannabis, so.
Yes.
So this may,
Yeah, so actually there are some cannabis companies who have been approaching to us. However, in the past 2 years, so for now, on our clients, they came to us. We haven't done any sale yet because for the past 2 years, we mainly focused on product development. We didn't want to do sales before our products was ready, but now our products are ready, so we start doing on sales.
very cool, yeah.
And actually, if you go to Costco, you see the produces from Winset. Winset is one of our clients. They've been using our product.
Very cool. So let's thank Doan for amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and if you love this